Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ifal Fauzi. My student number is 125-204-0096. In this video, I will perform and analyze a prime ministerial speech delivered by Theresa May. The purpose of this performance is to analyze the rhetorical moves used in the speech and to practice pronunciation, particularly in terms of intonation, stress, and formal speech delivery. So I will move to a section A, which is rhetorical move analysis. Move 1. Opening or salutation, where it appears at the very beginning of the speech. Key expression: I have just been to Buckingham Palace, where Her Majesty the Queen has asked me to form a new government, and I accept it. Function: this opening serves to greet the audience and establish the context of the speech. It immediately clarifies why she is speaking, because he has been appointed prime minister, and sets a formal tone appropriate for a political audience and national moment of transition. Move to acknowledgement of predecessor, where it appears shortly after the opening. Key expression: in David Cameron, I follow into the footsteps of a great modern prime minister. Under David's leadership, the government stabilized the economy, reduced the budget deficit, and helped more people into work than ever before. Function: this move pays respect to the outgoing Prime Minister David Cameron. It also positions Theresa as someone who acknowledges the values of continuity, reducing potential partisan tension by recognizing past achievement. Move 3. Stating national issue, where it appears following the acknowledgement of her predecessor and early in the body of the speech. Key expression: that means fighting against the burning injustice that if you're born poor, you will die on average 9 years earlier than others. If you're black, you're treated more harshly by the criminal justice system. If you're state school, you're less likely to reach the top professions than if you're educated privately. Function: here, she is identifying social inequalities and injustice facing the nations by naming issues like poverty, unequal justice, and limited opportunity. May frames why change and leadership are needed, appealing to wide audience concerned about fairness and opportunity. Move forward, promising solutions. When it appears after listing national issues, key expression: when we take the big calls, we'll think not of the powerful but you. When it comes to opportunity, we won't entrench the advantage of the fortunate few. We will do everything we can to help anybody, whatever your background, to go as far as your talents take you. As we leave the European Union, we will forge a bold, new positive role for ourselves in the world. Function: May articulates a vision of governance and policy directions, promising efforts to serve ordinary people rather than elites, expanding opportunity and positioning the United Kingdom positively on the world stage amid Brexit. This future-oriented statement aimed to reassure citizens of her leadership goals. Move 5. Establishing legitimacy, values, or national identity, where it appears primarily in the middle of the speech. Key expression: because not everybody knows this, the full title of my party is the Conservative and Unionist Party. That word unionist, that word unionist is very important to me. It means we believe in union. It means that we believe in a union not just of the nations, but between all of our citizens, every one of us, a function. This move asserts her political legitimacy and values by explaining the meaning of unionism. She invokes a sense of national identity and unity among diverse citizens. It reinforced her commitment not only to political structure but to the people, underlining fairness and cohesion as core values of her leadership. And the last move is closing appeal and uniting message, where it appears at the end of the speech. Key expression: we are living through an important moment in our country's history. We will rise to the challenge. That will be the mission of the government I lead, and together we will build a better Britain. Function. The clause function as a call for unity and collective effort. It encouraged citizens to see the period of change, especially Brexit, as a national challenge to be met together rather than separately. This appeals broadly to solidarity and shared purpose. And now I will move to section B. I have just been to Buckingham Palace, where Her Majesty the Queen has asked me to form a new government, and I accepted. In David Cameron, I follow in the footsteps of a great modern prime minister. Under David's leadership, the government stabilized the economy, reduced the budget of deficit, and helped more people into work than ever before. But David's true legacy is not about the economy, but about social justice. From the introduction of the same-sex marriage to taxing people on low wage out of income tax. Because not everybody knows this, but the full title of a party is the Conservative and Unionist Party. And that word unionist is very important to me. It means we believe in the union, the precious bond between England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. It also means we believe in a union not just between the nations, but between all of our citizens, whoever they are and wherever they're from. That means fighting against the burning injustice that if you're born poor, you will die on a parish 9 years earlier than others. If you're black, you're treated more harshly by the criminal justice system than if you're white. If you're white, working class boy, you're less likely than anybody else Britain to go to university. The government I lead will be driven not by the interests of the privileged few, but by yours. When we take the big calls, we'll think not of the powerful, but of you. When we pass the new laws, we'll listen to the new mighty, but to you. When it comes to opportunity, we won't entrench the advantage of the fortunate few. We are living through an important moment of our country's history. Following the referendum, we face a time of great national change. And I know because we Great Britain that we will rise to this challenge. As we leave the European Union, we will forge a bold, new positive role for ourselves in the world, and we will take Britain, a country that works not for a privileged few, but for every one of us. That will be the mission of the government I lead, and together We will build a better Brittany. What I learned about British political speech genre. I learned that British political speech follow a clear and formal structure, especially in the leadership transition. They usually include an opening that establishes legitimacy, acknowledgement of predecessor, discussion of national issues, a future vision, and closing message of unity. The genre emphasizes modern continuity and national values rather than dramatic emotional appeal. The most challenging aspect is where non-rhotic air vowel length and word stress in longer words, such as government in European. However, my sentence stress pausing and rhythm improve, helping my speech sound clearer and more natural in British RP. How pronunciation and rhetorical structure work together in public speech. Pronunciation supports rhetorical structure by highlighting key points through stress, intonation, and pauses. Clear pronunciation helps signal transition between rhetorical moves and makes the message more persuasive, coherent, and engaging for the audience.